Start, sir.
Hello everybody. I continue the discussion of Porter and initially for a few minutes I shall summarize and then summarize the discussion so far whatever we had, and then I intend to solve a couple of problems, and that is how I wish to wind up the discussion on Porter. Friends, I have in the discussion whatever we had a couple of hours back, okay, since last few hours, I have introduced you a few terms, so like RCU, LU, RCL, LL, and then MS, MG, MB, all these things. Some of these terms I have introduced you, and I hope you all still remember them, and please treat these terms as your friends. They are very important, and don't lose contact with them. I hope you all know them. And these terms the values of these terms do not vary with respect to the position of the sleeve. They are independent of the position of the sleeve. But there are certain terms which depend on the position of the sleeves. Okay, if the sleeve is at its bottommost position, or whether the sleeve is at the topmost position, or whether the sleeve is in between, then accordingly we have a few terms. I wish to write them. Say so R minimum, then R, then R maximum. Minimum corresponds to the lowest position of the sleeve, and the maximum corresponds to the topmost position of the sleeve. So I have some of these terms. Then accordingly I also have what are called as the height of the governor corresponding to the minimum position, H and H max. Similarly, say alpha minimum, then alpha and alpha maximum, then beta minimum, beta and beta maximum. Then making use of these things, I have what is called as K, which is equal to tan beta divided by tan alpha. Then I have what is called as K minimum, K and K maximum. Then I have corresponding to the speed, say omega minimum, then omega and then omega maximum. So all these terms what I have listed now, okay, this is one category, so independent of the position of the sleeve, and these values, these things depend upon the position of the sleeve. Okay, so position of sleeve, and so right now I have not taken with an assumption that the friction force is equal to 0. So if the friction force is 0, then these are the terms what we are going to have. So if I take friction into account, then all these terms, so only these terms will have to be replaced by what is called as, okay, then we have a set of, when I take, if the friction force is not 0, then we have these terms what are called as omega minimum dash, then omega minimum, then omega minimum double dash. That means in the lowest position of the sleeve itself, between this speed to this speed, the governor sleeve is not going to move, or in other words, the governor doesn't function or doesn't do its purpose, intended purpose. Therefore, we say that governor is insensitive during this time. And similarly, I have omega dash, omega and omega double dash. Similarly, I have what is called as omega maximum dash, omega maximum and omega maximum double dash. Okay, these are the common terms. This corresponds to the minimum portion, this corresponds to the maximum portion, this is in between. And if I write down what is the equation for this omega dash or omega double dash, this is nothing but 1 upon H. So of course this is a square, omega dash square, omega double, omega dash square, omega double dash square. If I want to write it, expression is 1 by h into mb into g plus into bracket. So if I want omega dash square, then I shall take minus FFR. Then if I want omega square, then I take 0. And if I want omega double dash, then I take plus FFR. Okay, this whole thing divided by 2 into 1 plus k. This whole thing divided by mb. This will give you what are the speeds. Of course, if you want this term, then h becomes h minimum, say, and k becomes k minimum. If you want this omega max, this thing, here h becomes h max and k becomes k max. Okay, this is in general, I have introduced some of these terms here. And of course, you all know that the sine alpha is equal to r minus r cu divided by lu, and sine beta is r minus r cl divided by ln, and tan alpha is equal to r upon h. And so we come across in the discussion of Porter Governor a very common term. One of them is what is called as range of speed. Okay, this range of speed we use it under different situations. Say, what is the range of speed for the given position of the sleeve? Okay, the sleeve position is not changing, then I want to know what is the range of speed. That is nothing but the difference between omega double dash and omega dash. Omega double dash minus omega dash is what we can call it as the range of speed of a governor in a given position. Sometimes we are asked to find out what is the range of speed of the governor without taking friction into account. In that case, it is very simple. What is the maximum speed? That is omega max. And what is the minimum speed? Omega minimum. Omega max minus omega minimum is nothing but the range of speed of the governor without taking friction into account. So find the friction. Okay, considering the friction, what is the range of speed? So in that case, when I take friction into account, among all this, what is the minimum speed? That is omega minimum dash. And what is the maximum speed? That is nothing but omega maximum double dash. The difference between omega maximum double dash and omega minimum dash, that will give you what is the range of speed when we take friction into account. And apart from this, sometimes we are asked to find out what is the sleeve lift. Sleeve lift. Sleeve lift is nothing but the displacement of the sleeve from the minimum position to the maximum position. The maximum sleeve lift. Therefore, when the sleeve moves from the lowest position to the topmost position, that time we have the maximum lift, and this can be calculated from LU cos alpha minimum plus LL cos beta minimum. Okay, this minus LU cos alpha maximum plus LL cos of beta maximum. If I do this, so then I get what is the maximum sleeve displacement. Okay, this I have summarized all my discussion, whatever I had in the last couple of hours, and okay, so keeping this in background, and I hope you all can write down in one of this at one corner of the page, and then be familiar. So by chance, if any term is unfamiliar with you, so you have to go back, please make it familiar. Okay, treat them as friends and don't lose contact with them, and this will tell you. Okay, once you know, the idea of mentioning this again and again is, so when you read the problem, okay, so you need to understand what is asked in the problem, and therefore, so for that purpose, all these terms must be known to you, very familiar, then only you will be able to solve the problem without any difficulty. That is the idea. Okay, so now with this background, I hope now I can move on to a problem. Okay, I'm taking a problem which has been sent to you, and I hope you already have written it on a separate page. Okay, so this is a problem from 06 key 06 ME 50 06 is the scheme and 06 ME53 is the code, subject code of dynamics of machines, December 2012. Okay, this is the question paper from which the problem has been picked for solving. Okay, you also have it, and I hope you have written it. If you have not written, and then quickly write it, and then probably you can join me and then read it along with me. I shall read for your convenience, your information, and I expect you also to read it loudly along with me. The arms of a porter governor, I repeat, the arms of a porter governor is 200 mm long and is hinged at a distance of 40 mm from the axis of rotation, full stop. The mass of each ball is 1.5 kg and the sleeve is 2.5 kg, full stop. When the links are 30 degrees to the vertical, full stop. The sleeve begins to rise at 260 rpm, full stop. Assuming that the friction force is constant, comma, then find maximum and minimum speeds, comma, when the inclination of the arm to the vertical is 45 degrees. Okay, while reading I also mentioned full stop, comma, etc. There is a purpose. So this full stop, comma, semicolon, etc. will help us to read the problem carefully and understand the problem. Okay, so here I wish to mention you that the problem has not been framed that well. Okay, unfortunately there are so many grammatical mistakes, and going through this full stop, comma, etc., you won't be able to understand the problem also. So there are few corrections, I also mentioned that. Okay, the arms of a porter governor is, that is not correct. So therefore it should have been each arm of a porter governor. Each arm of a porter governor is 200 mm. Okay, how many arms will be there? So totally 2 upper arms and 2 lower arms. So each arm of a porter governor is 200 mm long. Okay, what is the meaning is? So I know that it is LU and LL, both of them are equal to 200 mm. That is the meaning. So LU and LL are 200 mm long. Each arm of a porter governor is 200 mm long and is hinged at a distance of 40 mm from the axis of rotation. So these arms are not hinged on the axis, therefore they are hinged away from the axis. Therefore, then what we have is what is called as the radius of the collar at the upper end, which is also same as the radius of the collar at the lower end, which is equal to 40 mm. Okay, full stop. The mass of each ball is 1.5 kg. So MB is 1.5 kg, and it is also given as the mass of each sleeve, that is only one sleeve, that is 2.5 kg, that also is given. Okay, full stop. Okay, now next sentence. When the links are 30 degrees, links and arms, they are one and the same. When the links are 30 degree to the vertical, full stop. Please remove that full stop, it is not full stop, it should be a comma. And the sleeve, the is T is not capital there, it is a comma and it is not the beginning of the sentence, it is a small t. When the links are 30 degrees vertical, the sleeve begins to rise at 260 rpm. Okay, then I shall continue. Assuming that the friction force is constant, comma, find maximum and minimum speeds when the inclination of the arm to the vertical is 45 degrees. So what are these 30 degrees and 45 degrees? Please read the problem carefully. 30 degrees and 45 degrees, they do not represent alpha minimum or alpha maximum. Don't take them as alpha minimum and alpha maximum. This 30 degrees is also alpha and 45 degrees is also alpha, which correspond to different positions of sleeve. But nowhere in the problem that is stated that they are the minimum and maximum positions. It is not stated. So you have what is called as, if alpha is 45 degrees, if alpha is 30 degrees. So from here, okay, when alpha is 30 degrees, the sleeve begins to rise to 60 rpm. The sleeve begins to rise. Okay, when alpha is 30 degrees, remember the sleeve is at some position. Okay, so when the sleeve begins to rise, taking friction into account, when the sleeve begins to rise, if the speed reaches omega double dash, you have three speeds at this position, omega double dash and omega dash. Okay, when alpha is 30 degrees, you have a sleeve position. This is omega double dash, this is omega and omega dash. Please remember, this omega is the position of this is the speed when friction is not taken into account. But friction is there, the speed is increasing. When the speed goes up to omega double dash, the sleeve doesn't move. The sleeve doesn't move even if the speed goes up to omega double dash. If the speed goes beyond omega double dash, then the sleeve starts moving up. That's what is given. The sleeve begins to rise at 260 rpm. So therefore, this is omega n double dash. For it as, since it is given in rpm, I shall use the notation n double dash. This is equal to 260 rpm. And from this, I wish you to convert it to what as omega double dash. Quickly find out what is so many radians per second. So why? So please remember, this is n double dash. I don't know what is friction force, FFR. That I don't know. That I have to find out from this information. I need to find out FFR from this information. Okay, so therefore I shall write down the formula. What is the formula? It is omega double dash square is equal to 1 divided by h into mb into g plus ms into g plus friction force divided by 2 into 1 plus K divided by mb. This is the formula. This is what I have to use it. Okay, I know omega double dash. Omega double dash is known. Then I have to find out what is the h. mb is known to you. ms is known to you. This friction force is unknown to you. mb is known, and I have to find out k. Okay, so now, so I know sine alpha, which is already given to you. Sine alpha is equal to R minus RCU divided by LU. Okay, so from this you write down it is sine 30 degrees is equal to R, that I don't know, that is unknown. RCU is 40 into 10 raised to minus 3. Let me convert it in this thing. Meters. This is also in meters, this also is in meters, and divided by LU. LU, what is LU? 200. 200 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 3. So when you solve this, you find out what is R. This R will be in meters. Of course, if you don't take this 10 raised to minus 3 and then you find out R will be in millimeters. Be careful about that. R will be in millimeters. So R is known. And sine beta is equal to R minus RCL divided by LL. Since LU is equal to LL, R is same, RCL is equal to RCU, and from this I know that beta is also equal to 30 degrees. That I can easily come to the conclusion. Same R here, so RCL is RCU, LL is LU, and therefore when you simplify this and find out beta, and beta is also going to be 30 degrees. If LU is equal to LL and CRU is equal to CRL, in that case always alpha is equal to beta, and therefore K is equal to 1. Tan beta is equal to tan alpha, and therefore k is equal to 1. So now I don't want to substitute and get the value here. I think I have given everything. You can check k is known. So FFR is unknown. FFR is unknown. You know MS is 2.5 and G value is 9.81 and G 9.81, MB is 1.5. This MB is known, and now I have to find out what is H. What is H? H is equal to, or in other words, tan alpha. I know tan alpha is equal to R divided by H. So you know alpha already, you know R, and therefore from this you can find out H. So therefore H is known, MB is known, MS is known, MB is known, K is known, omega double dash. What is omega double dash? 2 pi into 260 divided by 60. So omega double dash is known. All the things are unknown, and from this what you do is you find out FFR. This is so many newtons. This is what we find out from the information given on the first class. Okay. The mass of equal, okay, when the links are 30 degrees to the vertical comma, the sleeve begins to rise to 60 rpm. So from this, find out what is the friction force. Assuming that friction force is constant, this friction force, whatever you have found out, is constant. Okay, so now we are asked the second part. What is the second part? The second part, when the inclination is 45 degrees, now alpha is equal to 45 degrees. If alpha is 45 degrees, then beta also will be 45 degrees. Okay, when the inclination of the arm to the vertical is 45 degrees. Okay, assuming that the friction force is constant, find maximum and minimum speed. Okay, alpha is 45 degrees, beta is 45 degrees. You can find out from this sin alpha is equal to R minus RCU divided by LU. From this, you can find out what is the value of R. R is how much? So from this, I already know that K is equal to 1. So now I need to find out H. So I know that tan alpha is equal to R divided by H. So from this, you find out what is the value of H. You know what is R, H is known, okay, K is known. Then what is asked? You are asked to find out what is the maximum speed and minimum speed. That is omega double dash square is equal to, okay, G for G is 1 upon H. Please remember this H, not that H. It is for this H into the same formula MB into G, etc. ME into G plus MS into G plus the friction force divided by 2 into 1 plus K. K here also is going to be equal to 1 only. So this divided by MB. Okay, knowing all this, K is known, H is known, everything is known. This is the only unknown. Find out this and this. Remember, this is square, and from that you find out what is omega double dash. This is so many radians per second, and from this you find out N double dash, so many RPM. This is the maximum speed when the inclination of the arm is 45 degrees. So on the same lines you can find out what is the minimum. Okay, so that time this R etc. they remain same. Now it is equal to omega dash square. Omega dash square, it's 1 by H into, okay, now the same thing I would like to correct here, or you can, this thing, omega dash square is equal to M into G. This becomes minus friction force. Whatever we have found out that value you can substitute and find out what is omega dash square you find out, and omega dash, take the square root omega dash and then N dash, so many RPM. So this is how you can find out when this arm is making 45 degrees with the axis. So find out what is the minimum speed and maximum speed. I have not found out the exact values now here, and therefore I wish you to complete it. Okay. So shall we go through one more column? One more column we shall complete, and okay, that will I will tell again a similar procedure. Okay, this is from February 2006. February 2006. I shall read the problem and you have already this problem. I hope you have written this problem also. And I wish to read with you and then write down the data, and I shall induce the confidence in you so that you will be able to do it. Okay, I am not doing it completely, and I wish you to read along with me and write down the data, and then it will be very clear to you. This is for 10 marks. The problem goes like this. The arms of a Protagonal are 250 mm long. Okay, we shall write down the data along with reading itself. The arms of a Protagonal, that means all arms of a Protagonal are 250 mm long. So LU is equal to LL is equal to 250 into 10 raised to minus 3 meters. The upper arms are pivoted on the axis of revolution. The upper arms are pivoted, therefore RCU is equal to 0. But lower arms are attached to a sleeve at a distance of 50 mm from the axis of rotation. Therefore RCL is equal to 50 into 10 raised to minus 3 meters. Okay, the weight of the sleeve is 600 Newton. Please remember, it is not the mass of the sleeve, it is the weight of the sleeve. So therefore, what you have is MS into G is a straight away given. This is 600 Newtons. MS into G is 600 Newtons. And the weight of each ball is 80 Newton. So MB into G is 80 Newton. Okay, straight away you can substitute MB into G, but I also require what is MB. So in my formula I need to substitute MB also. Therefore, I shall find out what is MB. What is MB? 80 divided by 9.81. This is shown in kg. Okay, so then determine the equilibrium speed. Okay, you are asked to find out equilibrium speed. That means without any friction force. You are asked to find out what is omega. Determine the equilibrium speed when the radius of rotation of balls is 150 mm. So R is 150 into 10 raised to minus 3 meters. R is known. Okay, you are not given alpha, you need to find out. Okay, this is first part. Then if the friction, okay, let me find out this and then come back to the last part. Okay, knowing this, you can find out what is sine alpha is equal to R minus RCU divided by LU. So R is known, 150 into 10 raised to minus 3, RCU is known, that is 0, LU is known, and therefore from this you find out what is called as alpha. So similarly, you also find out what is sin beta. Sin beta is equal to R minus RCL divided by LL. You know R? RCL is known, it is 50 mm, and LL is known, and from this you find out what is beta. Beta is so many degrees, and making use of this you find out what is called as K. K is equal to tan beta divided by tan alpha. So you find out this one. Okay, then you can also find out what is called as H. From this expression, tan alpha is equal to R divided by H. Okay, you already know alpha. Alpha is known. So R is known to you. R is given in the problem, and from this you find out what is the value of H. Okay, you know K and you know H, and therefore you can find out what is called as omega square is equal to 1 upon H into G term. I am taking it inside, MB into G plus MS into G divided by 2 into 1 plus K divided by MB. Okay, you know everything. H is known to you, MB is known, MS is known, K is known, MB is known. Therefore, omega square you can find out, and from that you can find out what is omega, and from that you can find out what is in the RP. So many times the examiners expect you to express the speed in RPM because that is very familiar with them, and therefore I expect you also to do that. So this is the first part. Determine the equilibrium speed when the radius of rotation of balls is 150 mm. This is what we have done now. Okay, already over. Now for the same problem, if the friction is equivalent to 25 Newton, now you have recorded here Fr is known, it is 25 Newton. Okay, at the sleeve, determine the range of speed for this position. The sleeve is in the same position, the sleeve has not moved. Now you want to know what is the range of speed. So for the same position, you need to find out what is called as omega dash, and you also need to find out what is omega double dash. Taking friction into account, then omega double dash minus omega dash, this is the range of speed. This is what is asked in the problem. I hope you will complete that. Okay, when you take omega dash, it is similar expression 1 by h etc. here, ms into g minus ff, you will have one more term, and when you want omega double dash, that time you will have plus friction force. So that's how. Okay, so I have given you a hint, and I have solved very few problems, but I hope you all have gained the confidence to solve any problem. I want you to go through all the question papers at least, and the books, and go through the problems, and I want you to solve the problems on Porter Governor. And when we meet next time, I shall start discussing the Hartnell Governor, another type of centrifugal governor. Okay, thank you, all the best.